All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christian Hanahar. Welcome back, everybody, to the Friday the 13th series review. And here we are with a 1993 film, Jason Goes to Hell. You know, I'm guessing in 1993, if you were going to the movie theater and you say, hey, let's go see this new Jason movie, you were probably a little surprised it wasn't called Friday the 13th. Probably like, well, why is it just called Jason Goes to Hell? Maybe some people didn't even think about it at all. But here's the reason why, just to give you guys a little bit of the backstory. Most of you know it, but in case you don't. Part 8, while it was successful, I guess it wasn't successful enough. That and they just realized, I think they finally realized, hey, we just made a Part 8. I think this might have ran its course, despite the fact that, like I said, it was still successful. I think what happened was Mancuso Jr. said, "I need to start doing different things, or this is all I'll ever do," which I can respect that. So he signs off on the projects, and Paramount themselves say, "Okay, well, we're done with this. We're gonna get rid of Jason. We don't need him no more." They sell, from what I understand, they sell the rights of the Jason character to New Line. Not necessarily Friday the 13th as a brand, but the Jason character. Here we are in 1993. It's time to make a new movie. And it's got to be called something besides Friday the 13th. So then we come up with Jason Goes to Hell. So there's that. So in case you're wondering, every movie that New Line Cinema made that wasn't owned, every Jason movie owned by New Line Cinema was never called Friday the 13th. It couldn't be. So, in case you didn't know that, there you go. Okay, let's talk about Jason Goes to Hell. Do I hate this film? Absolutely not. When you get to a Part 9, in essence, what do you really expect? Do you think it's going to be the same thing? No. You know, here's the thing about this film. When I first saw it, I thought it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And now I still think it's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, but that's why I love it. And I don't mean dumb as in a bad movie. It's just the whole concept is so ludicrous and bizarre. You know, the only thing I thought that I wish they wouldn't have done was, given him a quote unquote backstory, giving him a family. I don't think you needed that in the film. I think you could have done without it and just made him a malevolent, evil spirit, and it would have came across. It would have went with the fan base. The fan base would have agreed with it a little bit more, I think, or accepted this movie a little bit more is the word I was looking for. You got some great special effects by K&B. They did a great job. The good thing about Jason Goes to Hell is it was released unrated on home video, which is great. I do have it on Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray, and the Laserdisc was nice because that's my favorite format to watch movies on, and it did come unrated, so that's great. And you know what? It's still got Kane Hodder as Jason. He does a great job. You got good characters in this movie. The Creighton Duke character is pretty funny. I like him. And you know what? The body swapping thing, it's weird. It's weird, but you know what? It's fun. The one thing about this movie I can say is it is fun, and I do enjoy Jason Goes to Hell. Is it the best in the series? I don't think so. But there are some people I've met who say this is their favorite one, and you can't hate them for that. Part 8's my favorite, and a lot of people don't like that one, and that's fine. But, when it comes down to it, Jason Goes to Hell, I think, gets a little too much hate. It is what it is. It's Jason Goes to Hell. And, it's really I enjoy this movie. I think it's fun. Most of the characters are pretty over the top. And, I think it had to be. But the kills are good. The body swappings, some of it's really bizarre. Like when the coroner, who is the guy from Rocky V, he has that guy strapped down, bare-ass naked, and he's shaving his face. Like, what the hell? How did that get written in a script? It's just crazy. I do like the look of Jason, even though it's pretty clunky looking. It fits, I think, for this movie. And, the opening scene, while it makes no sense, it's my favorite part of the movie by far is the opening scene. So, just this is the kind of movie you don't go in, expecting to see the green. This is the best. This is the way I put it. best way to put it, and I say this all the time. Some people go in watching a certain movie. We'll take, for instance, Jason Goes to Hell. And they come out and they just destroy it. And they say stuff like, well, the dialogue was poorly written. The script writing was just awful. The yada yada blah blah. This needed to be revamped. This yada, these critics. And I just want to be like, did you expect to walk out of this thing, thinking you just saw the Green Mile? You went into a movie called Jason Goes to Hell. That means have fun. Just have fun. It's as simple as that, But that's really all I'm going to say about Jason Goes to Hell. I enjoy this film. I always watch it when I'm doing a marathon. And I hope you guys too. Moving along, we're getting to a movie called Jason X. And we've got a pretty good gap in between this film. We'll talk about why. And we'll talk about the rest of the series as we finish along this Friday the 13th series review, which I've really enjoyed. As always, I'll ask you guys your thoughts on Jason Goes to Hell. It's one of your favorites. Do you hate it? Drop a comment below and we'll keep this going. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, this is Christian Hannah Horror.